हेलो एवरीवन एंड अ वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू दिस मार्केट क्या लगता है डेली ऑब्जर्वेशन. दिस वीडियो इज अबाउट फ्राइडे 2nd December 2022. Just like today's action, it was a phenomenal day for traders and it was an insane gap up which resulted into a sell off in both the indices. Bank Nifty was little euphoric and Nifty was kind of subtle, showing some strength still in this sell off phase. Now, the interesting question is, will this sell off continue for tomorrow on Friday? This is something that we are here to know. Let's take quickly look at the Nifty range. Nifty range may be 18,200 to 18,800. Today we opened above 18,800 and then again towards the closing or towards the trading session, we fall back again into our range. Bank Nifty range is very well respected, 42,500 to 43,500, which is where the market opened today, and it got into sell off. After a massive gap up, the market got into selling mode. Key observation would be to watch Friday's open. Opening price and follow up may give us hint towards the trading direction for intraday. See, currently most of the actions are happening on gap up openings. So then it becomes very difficult for an intraday trader to actually take those trades and trade on the basis of the moves that we are getting. So even today's move as opening, Bank Nifty opened at 43,515. This is where the range is, and Nifty opened just above 18,887. It made a high of 87. It opened somewhere around 874, and then it just started drifting off from these levels. Now this interestingly tells us that even after a gap up opening, there was some sell off which was happening. It would be interesting to see if this sell off is going to continue for tomorrow. Now when I'm looking at these indices, the fall is steeper in case of Bank Nifty, and for Nifty it is kind of a shallow retracement, we should call it. Okay. But right now the structure seems pretty bullish for both these indices. What has to happen for us so that we can create some short positions? So we have been identifying, we are observing, we are marking our levels where we can identify the latest higher low, and right now that latest higher low is well within today's market action. So if I may say, for Nifty, this will be the level which is our low level is, and similarly for Bank Nifty, that level, that range would be this higher low. Okay, so let's go individually to each chart and try to identify what we see in Nifty as well as Bank Nifty. So Nifty, as we had expected, this is our range, and it opened tad above the range and it went all the way into selling mode. The gap got filled with today's action. The gap completely got filled, and we are still now lingering around this particular zone. Now how tomorrow's opening is going to be, let me just quickly take you on a 15-minute time frame, which is where we'll trade on an intraday basis. So now we can see we have this particular range. Let's say if tomorrow, this is what the range is. If let's say Nifty opens above this level, above this, then you consider this as a buying zone, because what's going to happen, we have got this particular bounce, this gap up opening, and after this gap up opening, if price sustains about this zone, then probability is that we have got this higher low, and then again we are probably heading towards a new high. This is one of the probability. Another probability is that if we consider this as a lower high, and if let's say market starts to move in this direction from here, it let's say has gone up, it has gone up, and from this level if it breaks down, so this is also one of the possibility. So this zone, this range would be interesting, pretty crucial. Now this zone I have marked is between 18,850 to 18,780, right? So this is the zone that we need to watch out for. If we open in a gap up way, just be sure that it is following the Dow theory, it is going in a higher low, higher high manner, so it is going to print a new high again, and probably from those levels it might be giving some profit booking. We might see some profit booking. If at all it is weaker, then it might open somewhere here. If it opens in between this zone, we will avoid trades till it gives a clear directional breakout or a breakdown. So unless and until we don't get a breakout or breakdown, we will not initiate a trade. Right? This is what our range is, and we are well within our range. This is what Nifty is all about. Now similarly, very quickly, let's look at Bank Nifty, how Bank Nifty is performing. See, Bank Nifty, the current move is happening in a particular range. So similarly, like how this is a bigger range that we have taken into consideration for Bank Nifty weekly range, that this is something we have taken into consideration. But here if we see in this particular phase, let's say if this is a high that we are taking into consideration, but the important aspect that we need to consider here is this particular zone. Okay, I'll just extend this up to today's opening price. So anything happens between this zone or anything that happens, I should say above this zone only. This is a zone. So if we open above this zone, then it can be a bullish bias. It is not likely that we will open a gap up opening, and even if there is a gap up opening, there is possibility of a sell off. If it opens in between this zone, you know that this lower level is acting as a support and higher level is acting as a resistance. So any opening somewhere around the upper range will introduce some sell off. If we get a breakdown below this zone, then you look for bigger targets. Right now we are focusing only up till this target of 43,000, which is where our expected targets are, right? But if you feel like taking a trade on the basis of a intraday time frames, then you just have to focus on this particular level, which is going to be your intraday higher low. And this intraday higher low, if price manages to go below this, this will be your intraday short selling zone. Below this zone, below this level, you can short intraday. This is for intraday. If you want to trade positional, once the price closes below this, that will be a positional trade. If it goes above this, then it will be a bullish trade. And this is how we'll have to trade on an intraday basis. You can also use a smaller time frame like 5 minutes or a 3-minute time frame to trade your intraday trades, because that is where you can quickly generate around 100 to 150 points in Bank Nifty, or let's say 50 to 60 points in Nifty. This is how we are going to trade. A simple plan for Friday. I'm going to come up with a detailed video tomorrow, Friday, towards the end of the day, for the weekly market Kya Lagta Hai episode, right? So see you there in that detailed video. Bye for now. I'm signing off. Thank you so much.